Nightfall in Tucson, Arizona on a beautiful 70-degree night in the desert. It is a town that has experienced its fair share of college hoop glory over the years. And it is a fan base here in Tucson that is wondering if this current iteration of the Wildcats has something special in store this season. As we welcome you to TNT Sports presentation of college basketball tonight, the home opener for the number 13 ranked Arizona Wildcats as they welcome in the Trailblazers from Utah. Collegiate career here in Tucson. So Bradley and Pete joined in their starting lineup by Braden Burries, the other five-star freshman recruit, Ivan Karchenkov, and Motiejus Krivas rounding out the starters. And meantime, Trujillo.
I don't know how we're going to respond. We'll have to wait and see. But they did have a nice road win against South Dakota earlier this season. That nice little give-and-go action there. As you see, Koa Pete, that's what he does best. Nice find there by the big fella. But again, as we talked about, it's an Arizona team. They're not real deep, but boy, they have all the pieces.
Shot clock at 5. This is Burries. He'll pull and bangs in a 3. He said, you got these two highly touted prospects. Everyone's singing their praises, but they always look to me, ask me for my permission before they do anything with the team. They're such good kids.
To Dixie, because being that Ivy League of the desert, we don't let anybody in. You got to get your grades together, so we'd send them to Dixie to get everything showing up.
This is Potter. Going inside to a lock outside Trujillo. That's a 3. Good looking stroke from the redshirt South.
That's one of the things that was most impressive about him, and he has gotten off to a terrific start this season.
He has scored the Trailblazers' last 6 points. Here comes Owaka, and he goes glass. Excellent start. This is Burries, the freshman. Slithers into the paint to the cup. Lefty finish. No, Pete. On a stick back.
You saw there, that's where physically.
Arizona Wildcats, number 13 team in the country. As Owaka continues a really impressive start. Utah Tech has hit only 1 field goal. They've gotten 11 of their points at the free throw line. And boy, Del Orso, these bench players, the reserves have come in and given Tommy Lloyd's bunch. And he's doing it at both ends of the floor for Tommy Lloyd's bunch. Here's Pete. Boy, getting that footwork. Just masterful. 10 straight for the Wildcats. Bit of a tidal wave from this Arizona team at some point, but Utah Tech trying to hang tough.
And I loved what he was able to do there. Just, he felt that the defender was high side and then able to just spin off, and he attacked.
There is nothing about that kid when you watch him play that leads you to think he's a freshman. My goodness. Here comes Bolanga. Boy, lightning quick first step.
An under finish there over 2 defenders.
Bolanga, young man from France. Playing a long way from home tonight. How about this start? Del Orso, as he goes right into the teeth of that defense. Del Orso, deep shot.
What a turn of events there. You don't get the momentum building dunk on one end and get up.
Against the team that has all this talent. Bolanga, shot clock at 9, deflected. Bolanga, and here comes the freshman Pete. 3-on-1, and he drops it down. Pretty look to Bradley.
How about the power forward leading the break there with the no look for Bradley for the deuce. No look for Bradley for the deuce.
Nice little inside floater. Potter.
Impressive to be on a list with guards, for a power forward.
Beautiful driving kick. Bolanga able to dial up from deep. Rest of our fabulous TNT Sports crew here from Tucson, Arizona. Just vicious. Pointed the wrong way. That's going to belong to Arizona.
Yeah, you can see the defender just didn't cut off that drive. Nobody got there from a help standpoint. Bradley there was not to be denied.
Deshaun Holt.
Shot quality. They have just really struggled to create space.
Owana lights the lamp from deep.
It was a difficult shot that was able to finish, and then they get the turnover.
There's Aribi. Trujillo thought about the transition three. Instead goes Glass. Aribi able to clean up the mess. So 5 straight for the Trailblazers, and they're within 11.
Good job just getting that.
And 3 of 12 from deep. Not like they've come in here and shot the lights out.
They've been able to get to the free throw line.
Owana cocks it back and introduces himself. Madiba Owana, another French national, and he's put his imprint on this one quickly. Burries. This is basically a brand new team for Judkins and Utah Tech. That's a 3, Bolanga, and Utah Tech starting to cook. Ball poked away, Trujillo. Tracked down by Burries under. So Utah Tech is going to get it back. What a find by Del Orso. Pinpoint pass to the freshman Pete. Into the corner for Trujillo. 11 to shoot, 19 left in the half. This is Potter on the box, spinning and hits. Tough shot over the top of Owaka. Tanner Davis making the start tonight for John Judkins. Utah Tech nearly turns it over a second time, and then they do the takeaway. Burry's going to take it all the way home to himself. Here comes Holt underneath. He's done that a couple of times tonight. Dribbled into traffic and trouble. 7th Utah Tech turnover, and there is Pete. Full extension. What a job he has done to build. Year 5 for Tommy Lloyd here in Tucson. Only Brad Stevens with 4 victories. First 4 years as a Division I head coach. 12 for Tommy Lloyd and his Wildcats. Boy, what a much better start here in the second half than what we saw to begin the night. That is the answer. 3-point from the corner. Trailblazers trying to thwart that momentum, GA, after he took one on the chin to begin the half. This is Potter doing his dance, boy, and then he line drives it home. That little baby hook shot. And Tucson makes the call. And some of that excellent Utah Tech defense.
That was a good beat on that possession as well. But again, Potter just patient, stayed with it, able to get that.
At their conference foe, Utah Valley. What a get for John Judkins. That is Bolanga. So back-to-back baskets. And it's
that's about as good an offensive sequence as Utah Tech has had. Couldn't convert.
Beautiful Euro step and a chance at 3.
And that's what, if you're Arizona, you want to see a few more of those. Great defensive rebounding, getting out in.
So they get Potter rolling to the basket. Smart cut right off the inbounds from Trujillo. One of their upperclassmen. So a 10-point game with 15 and change left. Here's Pete exploding to the rim.
A helper to create, keep that defender from blocking it, and you see how you get in that ball on that baseline in space. There's just nothing anyone can do with someone that explosive.
Trujillo sets it up for Holt. Potter, 6 to shoot. Davis puts it on the deck. Boy, got this step on Pete. Boy, Davis inserted into the starting lineup. Was sensational in the first half. 7 points at a big 3. Here comes Owaka down the paint, sealed off nicely by Potter, and Owaka just had too much. And Chase Trujillo now 1 for 5 from the field. On the attack, and a chance at 3. Bradley
initiates the contact, but then great job of keeping that balance. How about the left-handed finish there? Flexing on him.
GA, that's the 4th foul against Holt, so he's got to be careful. He will sit here for John Judkins. Jaden Bradley on with the pregame crew. Three-pointer from Aribi won't go. The redshirt senior from Nigeria. Bradley. Boy, beautifully done. Got Barrett on his heels. As we get a whistle here in the transition. And another Utah Tech turnover.
Yeah, just able to, you saw that little shoulder nudge there to create the space. And also get his balance and then able to knock down the little nitty.
A Utah Tech turnover is going to put Arizona in. And right now there is a lid on the rim for Utah Tech. Aristotle to the cup. O'Reilly got a fingertip on it and it went anyway.
Downhill in transition. All set up by what they're doing defensively though.
But they need this badly. Barrett steps into the corner. Del Orso, corner pocket. Three, splash!
And the half-court offense now still really starting to click. Really doing a great job. They're screening there off that set play that leads to the triple. Really doing a great job. They're screening there off that set play that leads to the triple.
Here comes Trujillo, and they're going to count the basket. A little bit of contact underneath. Awaka continues on what has been a career night on the glass. His 18th. Beautiful finish at the cup. Boy, Burry's nice bounce.
You know, he picked up 2 quick ones the first 3 minutes, and at that point, especially when you don't have a lot of experience, it kind of takes you out of the game.
Potter. Beautiful little stretch to the cup. Forward Pete, but there's nothing he can't do with a basketball in his hands. Braden Burry squares up and hits. But right now with a 20-point lead with under 5 minutes left. Starts to bring in some of those guys at the end. Rivas! Hard two-handed flush.
Rivas working his way back, showing the explosiveness. I tell you, it was a beautiful setup by Murray's too to get him in rhythm where he didn't have to do anything but gather and go up.
Davis, beautiful little baseline jumper, and determining just how far this Arizona team can go. Beautiful little spin. Arizona keeps coming. As Bolaga misses from deep. A beautiful pass. Aristotle, the recipient. Just a magical full-court length pass by Ivan Karchenkov. He was out here pregame on the bench right now. Good-looking stroke.
Yeah.
What a future he's got in front of him. Out of this fella. And finish at the cup. C.B. Gay. Look at C.B. Gay. Look at the big fella.
Oh. Yeah, that was actually really impressive for the big fella. Changed directions twice there with the spin.
Even close. This was a 7-point halftime lead for Arizona. Utah Tech was all over them early. As Owana rips it back, misses on the baseline, and Davis. As we come up on the final 60 seconds here at the Care Center. Arnold slashes into the paint, cleans up his own mess. He's going to get himself on the box score. Sven Jotmo has checked into the game for Tommy Lloyd as well. Redshirt sophomore, another French national. Dario Domingos. Arnold wants a screen, gets it from Gay. Into the corner. Aristotle from deep.
And that was the case here tonight for the Wildcat.
You still remember your last homecoming weekend?
I do. I actually really do. Yeah, it's memorable.
Well, this second half performance from Tommy Lloyd's Wildcats was memorable. Obviously, respect there for John Judkins, the push that they gave his team tonight. A 7-point game at halftime, balloons into a lopsided finish, 93-67, as the Wildcats get to 2-0.